So here we have a 2016 KTM 50 SXS. This is the special edition, factory edition that came out with 2016. What we're doing today is going to take apart the gear right over here where the countershaft sits. There's a lot of oil leaking out of here. My son was just riding over the weekend and it was just nothing but oil, mud. I mean, got his boots all dirty. Everything over here is disgusting. So I know that it's leaking from the inside. Generally speaking, it's an O-ring and either a seal that needs to be replaced. I guess it's a pretty common thing with some KTM 50s that I've been reading and researching about. So what I did is go to motorsport.com. I picked up a new circle clip, a new shaft seal, a new O-ring, and a new distance spacer, which is all gonna go inside here once I get it all unscrewed. Now, the nice thing about this is that I researched for the KTM 50 SXs. There's the SX Mini, SX Senior, Junior, but from 2009, they basically use the same transmission. So these parts that we're gonna be talking about will apply from anything from 2009 version all the way till today, 2020. So the tools that I'm going to be using, some snap ring pliers so I can get that circle ring off, some hooks so that way I can pull the seal out. It'll help me actually get it off. Then you have, for the actual shaft seal, about similar size socket where I can actually tap it on to press it back into the gear. Hammer for that reason. Then you also have some basically grease that I'm going to use to lubricate the parts so everything goes in smoothly for me. So I'm just going to get these snap ring pliers inside these holes. Just be careful so it doesn't hit you in the face. So you should have enough play in your chain where you can just pop this off and just pull the sprocket right out. So what I also found to be super helpful is actually take off this chain guard, just so that way this is nowhere near in the way when I have to start actually working in there. So it's just simply an Allen wrench. There you go. And that gives you a lot more play right there. All right, so next we have to take out this distance spacer. It's pretty hard to get at. You're probably better off getting some type of like pliers or something. Again, I'm just using something here to grip onto it just so I can pull it out. There we go. And there's that O-ring that sits in here also. Next piece that we're going to be pulling out over here is the shaft seal. As you can see, it's really dirty and greasy. That's what I was talking about. It's disgusting. You might want to get that pick and hook that I showed you guys earlier. Get one of these guys. See if you can start wiggling it out. Don't worry if you damage it because it's in there pretty good. You just gotta try to pull it out though. Alright, so after a pretty long battle with this thing, I was able to finally pry it off with this hook. Again, don't worry if you damage it or whatnot because you have a new one. Mine's pretty beat up because I kept digging in there just to try to get it out. But it is out. All I'm going to do now is just clean the inside here. So that way, again, it's nice and clean when we put the new parts in. All right, so I'm doing now next, I'm going to take the new piece, take a little bit of this bearing grease, and put it all around this new one, like so. Then I'm just going to throw a little bit on the inside too, just so that way I have the best possible seal I can have. Like that. Next I'm going to take that socket that's about the right size. I'll put it right at the edge of it just so I don't damage it. and basically hammer it in so that way it's flush with the outer rim there. Again, you want to take your time with this so that way it's straight, of course. And again, you're pushing it all the way in to make sure that it's flush with the rim. And yep, that's sitting nice and flush. Next, we're going to take the new distance spacer and new O-ring. Same thing, I'm going to put some wheel bearing grease on it, especially on the inside. Make sure it gets a good proper seal. Stuff is nice because the grease basically gives it that additional locking, like a gasket itself, because it's so thick. So once you coat that inner, you can go ahead and put the O-ring in there, which should fit right in there, like so. Yep. Just gonna coat the outside a little bit. Again, doesn't hurt. All right, so now I'm going to take that distance spacer that we just lubricated with the O-ring sitting in here and put it right back onto this shaft. Just wiggle it in there. There we go. Fit in there really nicely and really smooth. So again, just adding some grease all around there. On the inside of that. So it's all greased up. Grab your chain. Got a little bit of slack. I got it from this side last time. Should be able to get it now. A little stingy, but we'll get it. Adjust again the chain so it fits that sprocket. Let's now move this over a little bit. Should be better here. Nice. Just like that. And then last but not least, you just want to grab that snap ring and make sure you get it on there. Get my pliers set up here. See if I can get it around. Now, you'll notice that it's on well because it'll actually sit underneath, and that's how you know you've got it clipped on properly. And there you go. All we'll do is just put back on the chain guard. Pick that up. Slide that on down. And get that right there. That should do it. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to my channel, give it a like. I'll try to do some more things here and there with, again, motorcycles, cars, and bikes. Appreciate it much.